Democrats are plotting revenge against Elon Musk? Well, of course these criminals are. Radical Democrat congressman issues warning to Elon Musk during MSNBC interview. The Democrat Party appears to have a plan in place to enact revenge against Elon Musk for his role in trying to shrink the bloated federal government, if one believes one of their newest star members of Congress. On Saturday, far-left Representative Greg Casar appeared on MSNBC to discuss Musk's ongoing impact on D.C. despite his sinking approval numbers. Thanks to Democrat smears, Casar started by whining about how Elon Musk had supposedly purchased the Trump presidency and accused him of bragging about his accomplishments. Casar then claimed without evidence that Elon Musk was trying to play games with America, while noting the billionaire's continued impact. Casar later outlined 3 steps to rein in Elon Musk. Pay very close attention to these 3 steps.
Elon Musk isn't gone. Look, billionaires have purchased presidencies and run the federal government behind closed doors before. Elon Musk's real innovation was going out there in public and bragging about running the government on social media. So when the American people were rightly outraged and pushed back, now he's trying to say that he's going to step back, but he doesn't want to actually step back any of his powers. And as you just laid out, he's just as involved as ever, meeting in the Oval Office with foreign presidents, going to the Middle East with Trump to strike up business deals, and even pushing for AI policy to benefit himself. The Republican budget bill that just passed includes a $25 billion contract that Musk is the front runner on, so the corruption goes on. So what I think your viewers at home need to know is we need to take 3 steps. 1, make sure that Elon Musk doesn't get to just pretend that he's stepping back. We need to hold him accountable. 2, everyone needs to know that it's illegal for Elon Musk to stay a federal employee past May 30th. That's what federal law says. And 3, Democrats need to make clear we're not going to go easy on this guy if we retake the majority. We can use our subpoena and investigative power in a majority to look into Musk or any other billionaire that has broken any criminal laws, enriching themselves using the power of the White House.
We are hearing a reoccurring theme here. We've heard James Comey, the DEI rep Jasmine Crockett, and now Greg Casar with the same message and promise that they're going to go after Donald Trump when they return to power, and now Elon Musk when they return to power as well. Speaking of violent leftists, Broadway performer declares Trump's Kennedy Center should get blown up, calls for New York to secede from the United States. Broadway performer Patti LuPone repeatedly stated that the Kennedy Center under President Donald Trump's leadership should get blown up during a recent interview. The D-list actress has also called for New York to secede from the United States during her interview with The New Yorker, which was published on Monday. President Trump made himself the chairman of the Kennedy Center in February after replacing all members of the board. Based. Under its previous leadership, the Kennedy Center had hosted drag shows for all ages. Trump wrote in a Truth Social post announcing the takeover at the time. Just last year, the Kennedy Center featured drag shows specifically targeting our youth. This will stop. The Kennedy Center is an American jewel and must reflect the brightest stars on its stage from all across our nation. For the Kennedy Center, the best is yet to come. The D-list actress remains outraged at the new leadership, calling for it to be blown up multiple times while speaking to The Reporter. The New Yorker reports, she's even angrier at the rest of the country. She told me more than once that the Trumpified Kennedy Center should get blown up. She pronounced, "Leave New York alone. Make it its own country." If you remember, the D-list actress went viral in 2017 for calling President Trump a mother effer at the Tony Awards red carpet.
Why should President Trump come see your show?
Well, I hope he doesn't, because I won't perform if he does.
Really?
Really.
Tell me why.
Because I hate the motherfucker. How's that?
There is no way you can convince me that's a woman. I think we should all report this dude to the FBI, Secret Service. That seems like a legitimate, credible threat to blow up the Kennedy Center. Cancer, acne rosacea, multiple sclerosis, and rheumatoid arthritis. are 4 different diseases in 4 different areas of medicine. What if they can all be treated with parasite medication, and that turns out for these diseases to be true? What if I told you that if you had a pet or ate sushi, you are more likely to have parasites? This means that a lot of our ailments that we experience every day are caused not by environmental issues, but by parasites as well. This is something Big Pharma does not want you to know about. I know many of us check off many of these boxes. This is why Purge is offering their new liver cleanse products for all of you out there that need to clear those toxins out once and for all. PurgeStore.com offers everything you need to cleanse and detox your body. Powerful enzymes and probiotics, 15-day colon cleanse protocols, liver cleanse, and of course, the parasite cleanse. Right now, if you go to PurgeStore.com and use promo code DREW, that's DREW, you will get 20% off your entire order. Use the link in the description below, PurgeStore.com, and support the Gateway Pundit today. The Gateway Pundit is supported by the people, we the people, that is you, the American people. We thank you for your support. Debbie Wasserman Schultz can't answer why voters compare unpopular Democrats to slugs and slow, passive sloths. Devolves into TDS session instead. Former DNC chair and Democrat Party leader Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz got testy during an interview when CNN host John Berman pushed her on why Democrats are so unpopular and that voters compare her party to slugs and slow, passive sloths.
Our friends over at the New York Times are doing a series periodically looking into the Democratic Party and the challenges facing the Democrats as you try to run into the next election with some kind of momentum. Shane Goldmacher, among others, is doing this research, and he talks about in an article over the weekend a focus group led by a longtime Democratic researcher who asked some 250 people to describe or compare each party to an animal. And I want to read you what this found. Republicans are seen as apex predators like lions, tigers, and sharks, beasts that take what they want when they want it. Democrats are typically tagged as tortoises, slugs, or sloths, slow, plodding, passive. And then a little bit later, there was a respondee who said the Democrats are like a deer in headlights. How is it that you think that the Democratic Party has earned these descriptions?
John, I'm not focused on the animals that some New York Times reporter compares the political parties to. My constituents are human beings, and the human beings that I represent are facing devastating healthcare cuts, the most significant healthcare cuts that have been ever handed down by any administration. So I'm focused on the humans I represent, not, animal comparisons.
I will tell you, it was the voters who were making the comparison with animals, and this was a focus group. It wasn't the New York Times reporter coming up with these labels. This was a Democratic-led focus group to try to figure out perceptions of the parties.
Don, you said they were asked to compare the parties, so they were prompted to compare the parties to animals. That is ridiculous. I've watched a lot of focus groups, and I know that the people that I represent want me fighting for the humans. They don't want a lawless dictator of a president who hires anti-Semites and who then acts like he's trying to fight to protect the Jewish community. The hypocrisy in this administration is appalling.
Did you catch that? She didn't like what the peasants had to say. Therefore, she rejected it and started talking down to the peasants. Her own constituents, her own base, her own voters, not Trump supporters, not right-wingers, Democrats. Speaking of the weak and pathetic, so-called transgender TikTok star says he no longer feels safe at Disney World after a server called him Sir. The influencer, who uses the name Lily Contino, filmed himself accepting his order of a bread tower while visiting the park in women's attire. The server explaining to him where each bread comes from when Contino asked him in his deep masculine voice, "Coconut bread from Thailand?" The server replied, "Yes, sir." Contino quickly fires back, "Ma'am." And the server replies, "Oh, I'm sorry about that."
It's from Thailand.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Ma'am.
No, sorry, my bad. And the middle one is from India. It's the papadom with the ginger chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. is a cheese bread with the guava sauce.
Thank you. It just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my guard is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have the check, if that's
Yes,
okay.
ma'am, yeah.
I think that's the training. They're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney has done. Nothing was wrong with bread. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of that hurt is now undone. That's not how it works.
These people are weak and pathetic. You want to know why? Because they can't handle words. Clearly, you're mentally unstable, but don't expect the rest of the world to live in fantasy land with you. No thanks. My name is Drew Hernandez for the Gateway Pundit, and you have been on Watch with Drew Hernandez. I'll see you guys on the next one.